Starting from the top, you have your job number. This is a unique number that's provided by the lab. Now, if we have provided you with a series of numbers and you've run out, please give us a call, because if you continue in your number series, there's a chance that that number was already provided to another photographer. It's also important that you submit one job number per job, so don't continue to use the same job number over and over. It should be a unique number every time that you are uploading to the lab. Next, you have software. There is a variety of options of software here, and if you do not use software, you would click no software, and that would be if we were doing the entry for you. You have provided us with a run sheet or some other kind of file that indicates what we are supposed to be printing. If you are using software but don't see it listed in the options here, you're going to select other. As far as your job type, we have package printing, proof printing, school services only, and image services only. It's important to note that the bottom two options have the word only, which means that if you are selecting school services only, then you are going to be expecting us to only print ID cards, composites, maybe even yearbook CDs, but we are not printing packages, proofing, or any other item. If it is image services only, that is going to be for the blueprint done and got photo customers that want us to do the color correction, cropping, and potentially the knockout services for them. This would mean that at this time of this job, we are not doing any other type of service for you. Your proper organization name is going to be your school name or event, or it could be your league, but it needs to be proper. This is what we are going to keep in our database. It's important that you type the entire thing out, because if you have Longview High and then later you have Longview High School, we are going to have two different events, and any of your tracking for your orders, like as far as reporting and things like that, would be under two different organizations. So it's important that you type the entire thing out every time. The event description is going to be something that resonates with you to help identify this particular job. So you might put LHS, and if this was the band and the year is 2024, some photographers also add the season in there. So you might add fall 2024 or spring. This is just identification for you and also helps us to kind of know what we are printing. Your package or proof template, this is going to be your package offering that you have set up with us previously. If you did not have one and you want us to do that as the job is created, you are going to put that in the special instructions down below. But typically you will have had a package or a proof template that was set up at least 2 weeks prior to this job. So make sure that you are sending that information in plenty enough time for us to set that up. Your shipping methods, the shipping standard at the lab is UPS, but you do have some different options with UPS here to let us know if you want expedited shipping. We also have the option for those photographers that UPS just doesn't deliver in your area, then you can do FedEx. And you also have an option for counter pickup for those local customers, and USPS mail. If you wanted this to be drop shipped to a home address, you would use USPS. The shipping address here is going to be the information in which you would like us to ship. If we're going to the studio, you can leave this blank. If we are going to a school or to a home address, you would need to fill that information in here. This next spot is a ships with job number. This means that you have submitted multiple jobs to us and you want them to ship together. So if my first job was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my other job was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I want them all to go together. I'm going to reference them in this box. Okay. Alternate studio job number. This means that you have another cataloging system for your schools and events that you keep track of. So for instance, if Longview High School in your system is LHS 1234, then you would put that in here just so that you can find all the schools that are LHS 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you do not have another cataloging system in your studio, that's okay. You can skip past this section here. Here, you are going to let us know how you want the job to be sorted if we're doing packages, whether or not you want reorder form. None means, of course, that you do not want any. Buys is only your buyers. Buys and no buys is the entire job. Photographer supplied means that you have gotten with us previously and provided graphics for an insert, maybe a 5x7 insert, something of that nature that you want us to put into the packages. You can ask for a school report to be printed. That's going to give you a list and summary of all the packages and subjects that were printed. A group order number, this means this is your underclass job that you're submitting, and then you also have a group job that you've submitted. You would want to provide us with the job number. If you're expecting them to go together, you're going to let us know that there's an album and if you want them to be inserted in packages. If this is your group job, then you don't have to give us the group order number, but you would still want to let us know if it needs to be, if it's an album, and again, if you want to insert it in the packages. Lab image services. This is to let us know if you want color correction, cropping, and knockout services. You will be forced now to let us know yes or no so that we can make sure that we are fulfilling all the services that you're expecting. As we go down a little bit further, you have the school services. So to start at the top, we have service stickers. You have different sizes that are available here. And these also in this drop down, there is a legend that gives you all of the different sizes so that you know exactly what to print for your school. You have a quantity and you have a sort. You also have a second set option, which you could select a different type of sticker and maybe a different quantity and a different sort. For composites, we have options for us to produce now or add retakes. So if this is the first job and you haven't done your retakes, you would go ahead and maybe ask to add the retakes if you're expecting them all to be done once the retake images were submitted to the lab. And if this was your retake job, you would go ahead and click produce now so that we would produce them at that time. You have different print options down here, whether or not you want us to use names or not, how you want them packaged, and how you want them sorted. It's important to note that these selections here do not omit the use of the composite worksheet. You will still need to submit that to us because that gives us information about what you want displayed at the top. So make sure that if you're uploading a job for composites that you include that form. Mug books, you can let us know the number of sets, again, how you want those to be sorted. Here we have ID cards. And we've got different options for poly PVC and RFID and whether or not you want them single-sided or double-sided. It's important to note here that if you are doing RFID cards that you are going to supply those to us, you will have needed to get those to us probably a week to 2 weeks in advance prior to the job submitting. That's not always possible, but just know that we do not have RFID cards on hand, so we are printing strictly off of what you have given us. Again, you have some different options down here. So we have the option for slotted, whether you want clips or lanyards. You can let us know how many sets of them you want, how you want them sorted, and whether or not you want them inserted in packages or not. Our yearbook CDs are no longer CDs, they are web links. And so what will happen is you will get a link sent to you via email that you will then forward to the school. So you have a lot of different options for yearbook. If you're not seeing something listed in the yearbook, there is a good chance that it is listed in the admin section because we have lots of different ones. Here you will click and browse to your order directory. It's important here that you have a single folder that contains only the images expected to be sent for this job, as well as any PDFs like your composite worksheets or your ID card worksheet, all within that folder. Additional instructions down here, that's going to be anything that you have not been able to give information about above. We've tried to include everything, but sometimes there is additional information like you need this order to ship by a specific date. Those things you can add into the special instructions. The upload now button, of course, is going to go ahead and start the upload process and send the job to the lab. Where if you click add to queue, it's going to add to your order upload queue. And then later on, and whenever you see fit, you can go and upload from the upload queue. Some photographers might go ahead and add a whole bunch of different jobs to their order upload queue throughout the day, and then go to the order upload queue in the evening before they leave and kick that off to upload. Whenever you have a job that fails to upload, it's going to add to your order upload queue and let you know that it has not successfully uploaded. So if you log into your gateway whenever the next time is, and you see you have X number of jobs in your order upload queue, that either means that it's a job that you started this process and did not finish, or it's a job that you clicked on upload now and it started the upload process, but something happened with your connection. So you can again just go in there, review your job, make sure everything is what you're expecting it to be, and then go ahead and click on the upload from your order upload queue. Cancel, again, that's just canceling. You've decided that, now's not the time to do this, or I've just completely messed this up, or I know no information about the job. I'm going to wait till later. We're going to go ahead and click cancel. So this is your gateway screen. And should you have any questions about it, please feel free to give us a call at the lab.